All right, we back at it. Homegrown Radio, Chuck Dizzle, DJ Head.
West Coast, we out here.
Look, first show of 2022.
First show of 2022.
We gotta bring this thing in with a bang, man. If he not gonna talk his shit, I'm gonna talk his shit for him. All right, we got multi-platinum producer, DJ, songwriter extraordinaire, 40 platinum and multi-platinum singles, over 25 Billboard #1 albums he's worked on, and has over 11 freaking billion streams on songs that he's worked with.
It's a hell of an intro.
That's a hell of an intro, man. Murda Beatz in the building with us right now.
Thank y'all for having me. That shit sound crazy.
It sounds
like I didn't even know all that.
No, are you into stats like that when it comes to it? Or are you like a heads down, just work, or do you pay attention to those things?
I feel like when you start out, you know what I'm saying, like in the passion that brings you into music, you never thinking about none of that shit. But then like once you stay in it, you know what I'm saying, you start to see the statistics, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
And then when you saying them like that, it's like, okay.
Does it still do the same thing to you? Like when you first started getting on, like getting your stuff going, does it, like, obviously you just got the Chloe record and it's different. Does it still feel the same?
No, I don't think anything, and everything feels different like the second time, third time around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it definitely doesn't. But you just got to keep finding new ways to excite yourself. That's why, like, I did the Chloe record. It's like that's putting me in a different light. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really like do a lot of records like that, but it's exciting and it's like refreshing to hear like Murda on some stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
New fan base, new people.
New fan base, man.
And you got the Grammy nomination for with Ariana Grande as well, man.
Yeah,
congratulations.
No, I appreciate it. And that's just like during COVID, wanting to do some exciting, different music. Try some pop stuff. You know what I mean?
So you were just like, you literally just okay, because obviously you have a lot of fans. I saw you do Deconstructed. I saw you do a bunch of different things. I'm a fan myself, but I know a lot of creatives, a lot of producers look up to you, different things like that. When you say, oh, I was just wanting to try something else, did you intentionally like, I want to get into this world over here, I want to tackle this because I haven't done that, excelled in this way? Or is it something like, oh, I was just creating and it happened that way?
Yeah, it's kind of like, I want to get into the pop world, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to make a song where my mom's like, I love this song. My mom like loves pop music. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know that like if I did some stuff like that, my mom would be like, this is crazy and all her. She'd go tell her friends and her friends would freak out. Like, it's just something new. You know what I'm saying?
You want to be the talk of the water cooler.
Let's get it.
Whatever that may be. Congratulated you off air, but congratulations on the global distribution deal as well, man.
No, I appreciate it.
How is that? I mean, we starting off a new year with new ventures and new things, man. So for you, as a producer, now obviously getting into, you know, more of the artist side of whatever the things may be. How does that feel, man, just jumping into that world?
Man, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? I got out of a deal with Interscope like last year, and then I decided like this time around, just, you know what I'm saying? Go independent, you know what I'm saying? Own the masters and just build and just work and just have fun. And like, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of like drop when I want to drop, do what I want to do. And I'm excited just to keep making music as I go and just keep dropping them.
Now, for our people here in LA, I know you obviously from Canada, right? Our people here in LA, I notice a thing like whenever the new producer is out, everybody's like, "Oh, I need a beat. I need a beat." I know a lot of people have hit you up and stuff like that. Like, "Oh, can I get in with you? Can we work? Can we build?" That's a new one, right?
Can we build?
Let's build, like, you know, all that type of shit. Who do you want to tap in with? Like, as far as like somebody that you haven't yet worked with, is there somebody that's on the radar? Like, go ahead and manifest it right now is what I'm saying.
In LA?
From this, I know you worked on, the reason why I'm asking is because I was talking to Mike and Keef, and I know you worked on, did you work on Victory Lap?
Yeah.
Grinding on My Life.
Yeah.
And
that was the first song I ever made in LA.
Okay.
Get out of here.
I hit Nip up on Twitter. I saw him tweet at like 3 a.m. And like what I used to always do is I would always just like pay attention when people tweet. So it's like if they just tweet, they're on their phone. So I would hit him up like, yo, Murda Beatz, Migos producer, like, fuck with me. And then he just DM'd me. He was like, yo, pull up to the studio tomorrow at 3. And I was like, bet. And I pulled up. I remember I pulled up with my manager, Corey.
Yep.
And he was like, y'all hungry? Y'all want some pizza? Like, order pizza. He had like this whiteboards up of all this like inspirational shit. I'm like, man, this guy's the GOAT. And yeah, I pulled up that beat and we made Grinding on My Life.
Word.
You know what's wild now? Now people are gonna hear that and they're gonna realize like, oh, a Let's Build does work. You just gotta figure out the right
and
time.
you know, this at the time, this was 2014. That album didn't come out till 2017, 2018.
Right.
So like that beat, I made that beat like 2013, 2014. That beat, it was so old that like I didn't even want to put my tag on it because it was so outdated.
Damn.
He wanted me to go back into the beat and touch it up, but I didn't even have the stems to it because it was on such an old laptop.
Wow.
Like that shit was old. I don't know if I can swear. Can I?
Yeah,
You say whatever the fuck you want to say, bro.
Fuck it.
No, but I just wanted to. I wanted to talk about that too because obviously Nip is our brother. You know what I'm saying? And out here in LA, you know what it is. But I think that story that you shared is special because a lot of people, like we were talking off air, be standoffish. They be afraid to not, like how you say, just hit somebody up and like initiate the relationship and stuff like that. Do you feel like that's been key to your success?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like, I always tell everybody, like, your network is your net worth at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like hitting people up, getting in touch with people and stuff, and just, you know?
I feel like that's also somewhat of a personality trait. Is that that you at core, or is that something you had to learn or develop over the years?
Definitely something I learned because, like, I'm from like a small town. Like, I'm small town Canadian. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like always like kind of like shy at the beginning. I kind of had to like, I started being around rappers and stuff, and they started like, Migos would like push me on stage when it was my song. Be like, fuck,
turn up.
Push me on stage, like, yo, go out there, it's your song. Like Rel would push me out there. I'm like, fuck, and then it just like kind of just like that's like I grew into like you know what I'm saying? Just grew up around that, and I just like grew into like who I am today. You know?
Were you uncomfortable? Like were you super uncomfortable?
Not super uncomfortable.
Like stage fright, butterflies,
100%.
Throw up, shit on yourself.
Not shit on yourself, but
hold up,
I
not that last one.
like I still get like nervous before shows all the time.
Right.
Like I definitely have social anxiety still. Damn. I remember like before Coachella, I performed Coachella 2018. I brought out like DMX, RIP. You know what I'm saying? I brought out ASAP Ferg, Rich the Kid, Ty Dolla $ign. Before that, I couldn't even eat.
Really?
Couldn't even eat. Like everyone was like, "Man, let's go eat." Before
like,
I'm like, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I can't eat nothing right now. Like just that like it's just like a lot. Like, you know?
Yeah. So when does it leave? As soon as you hit the stage?
Right when I hit the stage.
So as soon as you hit the stage, you're good.
Right when I hit the stage.
You're good.
Right when I hit the stage. Just the adrenaline just hits you. Like, I don't know.
I feel that.
It's crazy.
Do you think that that's more or less, I want to say social anxiety, because you said it's social. Are you like that as a person too? Like not when you're performing, but just out and about?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Okay.
So I just feel like that's like, I feel like maybe I was more like that like when I was a kid, but now because like my whole like growing up since I was 18, I'm 27 now. I'm turning 28 next month. Right. So like this whole 10 years has been just like in like you know what I'm saying? Like in more like social settings and stuff.
So you said you're from a small town. Is it Fort Erie, right?
Fort Erie.
Fort Erie. But it's close to New York,
Buffalo.
Right? Buffalo. So
it's like I could get to Buffalo in like 3 minutes.
So how is that being
it's like
from
a border
small
town.
city, but literally like New York is like right there. Like, so how was that? Did you often take trips over there, or what was that
all the time? So like where I'm from, like people go over there to like fill up their tank of gas or go buy groceries and stuff because gas was cheaper in America than Canada. And like you go to the grocery store, y'all had better shit in the grocery store.
That's a fact.
Cereal, whatever it is, like real shit. So it's like where I'm from, people go there all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I started going over there. That was the first place I really wanted to like, I'm like, I got to go to Buffalo. Like, it's America, you know? Yeah. So I was fucking with this rapper, John Boy, out there. And then he took me to the studio, and I met Conway from Griselda back in the day. And, like, their boy, DJ Shay, RIP, like, their DJ, their homie, he used to try to, like, buy my drums off me for, like, $30. He'd be like, damn, hey, man, your drums are hard, bro. I'd be like, thanks. He'd be like, I want to buy them. How much? I'm like, shit, I don't know, like 200. He's like, I got $30. I'm like, man,
get out of here with that.
I'm like 17, man.
Yo, trying to hustle you for the drums.
So what was the knowledge and the sense as far as like getting into the business? I mean, did you have mentors? It was family members. Did they have a sense of like, yo, I'm into the music business. Like, this is what I want to do. Like, how did you kind of like navigate through that?
So I don't like. I feel like I just had like a hustler's ambition at a young age. You know, I used to like sell weed in high school. I feel like that helped a lot though.
Yeah.
Just from like understanding like how to run a business. So I would go on the internet. I was selling my beats for like $50. Western Union, like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, if you send me 1,000, I'm gonna send you 6 beats. Like, you know what I'm saying? I might send 10. You can just pick 5. Like, you know. And I was doing that so much, I had my Western Union account got flagged. I couldn't get no money out of it.
Oh, they thought you were like trafficking or something.
Yeah, so they were sending me money and I couldn't even get the money.
Oh, damn.
So wait, okay. Just look at it from this perspective, right? If you are a government official, right? Just think about it. Fort Erie, There's this kid who's 17 or 18
getting like a couple $1,000
getting racked sent over the border. Like, what does it look like to you?
Yeah, it's like
you know
I never had a job. Like, never had a job, man. I don't know.
You've never had a job?
Nah.
Never filled out an application?
I know I definitely did. I didn't get the job.
What's some of the applications you filled out?
McDonald's
didn't hire you,
Staples,
bro.
Those are the only two, I think.
So that was in Canada?
That was in Canada. All the cool kids used to work at McDonald's and shit.
That's wild.
I never wanted to work though. Like I used to you know what I'm saying? I was like finding some ways to get money and stuff.
Bro, that's a God's blessing right there, bro. Like for you not to get hired at McDonald's, like they hired everybody in McDonald's.
They wouldn't hire me, man.
That's crazy. But I mean,
then
it allowed you to kind of
then it's like I just started selling beats and then selling them on the internet, PayPal and stuff. I was making like a little bit of money. Like I was making at least a couple $1,000 a month. That's like when you a kid, that's like
crazy.
That's enough. That's enough. Real
That's
shit.
crazy.
That's enough.
What about your family? Were they supportive of you doing the music thing? Because I know like a lot of times families are like, get a job, get benefits.
Yeah, no, like my dad, so like my dad, RIP, he passed away like 6 years ago. But like he was like amazing guitar player and shit. Like he wanted me in music. That's all he wanted. And then my mom, she's just like always been supportive, but she's like, you know, like mother's worried. Mother's like, yo, you know, like you should go to school, you should do this. And I was like, nah, I don't want to like go to school. You know, like the school I wanted to go to was a music school in Toronto, and that was like $10,000 a year, and like I couldn't afford that, and my parents, like, you know what I'm saying,
not enough Western unions. You know what I'm saying? To afford that. How did you end up in Chicago, bro?
Man, so I was like, that's like when the drill scene. I feel like after Waka's wave in Atlanta, it went to like the not the drill that people know nowadays, but the drill scene in like Chief Keef and all those guys. So it was like that shit was popping off. I'm like, man, I gotta get into this scene. I was talking to Chief Keef on like Facebook and stuff. He was telling me to make like Soulja Boy type beats and shit. And then
where you gonna use your resources?
Right.
I like that.
I was in there. So then I remember there was a guy D Gaines that was shooting all of Chief Keef's videos, and that like everyone was popping off of his page. So I was like, I'm gonna go on his YouTube, find a rapper I like, build a relationship with him. And so I did that. I found this guy Kill Bill. And then I built a relationship with him, talked to him for like 3-4 months. I remember he was sending me songs. I was like burning them on a CD, going to play them on my mom's whip and stuff. And then I ended up I flew to Chicago. I like linked up with them and shit. They took me around the South Side. It was crazy. And then I linked up with like some of Chief Keef's people and stuff. And I was like, man, this is happening. You know?
Bro, speaking of worrying, bro. Can you imagine, like, with your mom, like, telling your, like, can you imagine having a kid? It's like, yeah, mom, I'm going to Chicago.
My parents were like,
fuck with these
what
drill
the
niggas.
fuck is he doing?
Like, what are you talking about?
My parents were like, yeah, they were definitely like worried. But like, they just kind of let me do my thing. And
but you would obviously have things to show them to let them know, like, yo, I'm successful in my own world with this, right?
But like, but then I wasn't, though. It was like, I wasn't even getting paid like that. I was working with this guy, Leaky Leak, RIP, he passed away. He was making beats for Chief Keef and stuff, but he was rapping. So I was like, he was rapping on my beats, and then he was getting Chief Keef and people in the videos. So it was like, I felt like I was getting that much closer. That first trip to Chicago, I met DY too. DY, he produces a lot of stuff for Future and 808 Mafia and stuff. Like he's a big time producer now too. So from that original trip, it's crazy.
Now, I saw something where. I don't remember what I saw, but I remember seeing something where you said the Migos flew you out, and was that around Pipe It Up or what?
So right after that in 2012, 2013, then when I got home from Chicago, I was like, I need to get into the Atlanta music scene. I'm building my name in the Chicago scene. And now I need to get in Atlanta.
You just over there planting flags
Atlanta's like, that's the bread and butter. Like it's like that's what I got to get into. You know what I mean? And like at those times, I was always on Dat Piff live mixtapes and stuff. And I saw these guys, the Migos, and like I listened to their stuff. I'm like, this shit just sounds so different. The way they're rapping and stuff. I'm like, I know this is gonna be something because it sounds like nothing. So I hit them up on Twitter. And then
another one,
bro. This dude,
you 3 for 3. You 3 for 3.
You
know that,
bro,
right?
It's a roll, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, I hit up their boy on Twitter. I was like, yo. So Offset was locked up at the time. So I was like, yo, play my beats for Quavo and Takeoff, and I'll give you beats to rap on. And at the time, the guy was like, well, I'm actually just engineering them, so send it through. So I sent it, and then like 2 weeks later, the Migos Twitter followed me, and they were like, we want to sign you, come out to Atlanta and stuff. And then like they're like, is this the white boy? And he's like, yeah. So like they booked my flight, flew me out, and they just really wanted to see like that I was really making the beats, and it wasn't like I had someone else making the beats for me.
So you lived with them too at some point?
So I used to go out there, stay with them a couple months at a time and stuff. Like that first trip out there though, they were like living in a studio. Wow. It was crazy, and I was like, "See, man, I can make the beats."
It's
bro.
me.
Like,
It's me.
It's me making the beats.
Like Rich the Kid was in there, Pee Wee Longway.
Now, when you say you lived with them, like it was an extended amount of time, like a month or two at a time.
3 months at a time. Go home for a little bit, come back, and like, man, yeah, it was crazy. Like,
so what's the conversation like with your mom?
yeah,
like what the fuck is?
I don't know, man.
She just
like,
let you just do your thing.
Yeah, like like the border situation in Canada too. Like being from a different country, you can't just come in America and just like chill out here. And you know what I'm saying?
You can't just go to Canada. Canada don't fuck with nobody.
It's the same thing. It's vice versa. Like, so it's like, I had to keep going home, checking in, and then going back. You know what I'm saying? Right. But yeah, man, I don't know. That shit was crazy. I remember like this one time I was like staying with them, and they were like, "Yo, come with us, Murda. Get in the Sprinter. We about to go." I'm like, "For how long, bro?" They're like, "Nah, don't even grab nothing. Just come. We're gonna be gone for like a day. We're gonna be back tomorrow." I'm like, "All right, fuck." And like we drove a Sprinter from like Atlanta to like Florida, and then from like Florida like to like Cleveland or something. It was like some crazy shit. I was like, we were gone for like 5 days. I wore the same clothes. I was like
you guys said one day. What's going on here?
That shit was funny, man.
So what are the Migos like as roommates?
What's the hygiene protocol like with a bunch of motherfuckers staying in one place like that? Is it like, okay, do you get to take, like, you were wearing the same fit for a week? How long?
That was only that time. Though. Like, it's like,
don't play me.
Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying?
Out here
I have my suitcase from Canada. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Everyone just be on their own thing. You know what I'm saying? There's 3 of them, so they all, you know what I'm saying? Everyone just be scattered all over the house and stuff. Lots of weed smoke.
Now, you coming back and forth and going back and forth. When you went home, were people like knowing what you were doing, who you were, and shit like that?
Yeah, people were starting to figure it out.
Asking you for money.
People like it's crazy. So like when we made Emmett Smith, I remember seeing it on BET, and like people thought I was making like millions of dollars at those times, and I had like no money, like none. Like I was barely getting $1,000 a beat. But yeah, I don't know. There's like going home and stuff. Like people knew what I was doing, but people really like. I feel like when the Migos popped off and people knew I was working with the Migos, that's when people started to like kind of like respect it. Like, okay, like he's really doing it, you know?
And did it be, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Did it become easier for you to then work with other artists too, to get in?
From like, yeah, like, so like what I did was like when I started working with Chief Keef, I always used to tell people, yo, Chief Keef's producer. And it's like, cause he's hot at the time. So it's like, if you're anyone, a rapper, you're like, oh, cool, yeah, send me some shit. Like, it's the hot shit. And then it's like when I started fucking with the Migos, I was like, yo, Migos producer Murda. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I used to go around everywhere. And the Migos, they got so hot and they didn't fuck with a lot of people. So it was like, I was like one of the few producers. So I was like doing that to get into plenty doors. You know what I mean?
Did they have a problem? Did everybody was okay with you saying, with you doing that and shit like that?
I think so.
The motherfuckers, right? They should be. I
think so.
Cranking out these hits for them. You know what I mean?
Well, those are my boys. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's family. Like, I've known these guys for almost 10 years now.
Word.
When did you feel like, yo, okay, I'm doing something right? When did you feel like I made it?
I knew I was doing something right when we dropped Pipe It Up. And I got my first check. I went to SoCan with my manager Corey, and we got like 20K. Wow. We were like, oh yeah, here we go. Like, that was pretty big. Like, and it's like seeing everyone dabbing across the world and all these different like sports, this, that, like Hillary Clinton, Obama, everyone was just dabbing, and that's all off of the song that we did. I was like, this is crazy. Like we created like this whole movement that's like not even just the song or like the beat that I did or anything. You know what I'm saying? It was like a whole movement of this dance move and dabbing, and you know what I'm saying? But definitely like the made it moment was like when I did With You on Drake's Views.
Yes.
That was like when I was like, okay, we in there.
We in there.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, at that point, did you tell moms like, yo, now I have something to show you, or as if in her mind it's still like, I don't know.
Nah, she knew. Like, she definitely even knew like with the Migos stuff and like that it was happening.
Now, real quick, you did mention your dad, rest in peace. He was a guitarist.
Yeah.
When did you get into hip hop? Like, what was the spark for you? So,
I remember like my uncle. He always used he had like this like Eminem CD. And he always be like, yo, you should listen to this. And I was like, yeah, it's cool. Like, I would listen to it. It was cool. But I like the beats. And like, that's all like Dr. Dre. Like, I used to love the beats. And then I remember like walking, like turning on like a music channel. at home and I saw like the Hate It or Love It music video with the Game at 50, and I was like, this beat, like I was like, everything is just so hard, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like it's fire. And I feel like me being like a drummer at a young age and like playing drums and stuff, I was always like about the beats. Like I'd go downstairs, my dad would be playing guitar, and like I'd go to his drum machine and like he would have it on like either like autoplay, and I would just go over there and start like doing like the drums for him to play guitar to and stuff. So it was like when I started hearing beats and stuff, I'm like, man, this shit is like it's fun. It's like cool. And then my boy showed me the FL Studio, and I just started making beats and stuff, and like my beats were horrible. But like literally, like I remember my first beat, it was fucking terrible. And I was like, after I made that beat, I'm like, this is what I want to do. Like I knew this is what I want to do, but it was shit. It was shit for the first like 9 months.
It was. Now you saying your beats were horrible back then, right?
Horrible.
Like, do you have some of those still?
Yeah.
You do? I would love to hear those.
Nah, I
love to.
I gotta play some shit.
Do you keep it just to kind of like go back to show the progression over the years, or is it like
I used to? So like I used to always keep the shit on my YouTube. So just like recently we kind of cleaned up my YouTube. But I always had my beats from the first beat I put on YouTube to now. I had like so you could go and see the growth from it.
That's amazing, man.
Oh yeah, we got to talk because I would love. And then also, as far as like have you ever tried to get some of that shit off, like to just see if somebody would take it because of who you are?
I haven't, honestly. I should though. See, I got a problem. So like when I go to a session or I'm sending out beats and stuff, I only send like the recent stuff that I've made in like the last like little bit, because I'm always like making new beats and stuff. So I feel like a lot of stuff gets looked over.
Really,
a lot.
How much do you think you got in the archive just sitting there?
I make around like 700 beats a year.
Really?
It's like my average. It's like 6 to like 5 to like 800 beats a year.
What's the most you've made in 1 year?
I think like 700, 800, something like that.
You made 700 beats in a year. That's what, like 2 a day almost?
Yeah.
Bro?
But like some days like I'll go in and make 10 beats in a night. Some days I won't make a beat for 2 weeks. Some days I'll make like a day a beat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's all just like random.
And then also, first of all, I do want to congratulate you on the release of your own shit too. You know, I feel like that's the next evolution for producers, songwriters, etc. But then like when you create the beat, I know the type beat is a thing now, but it wasn't always a thing. Like,
I came up off that shit. Like on YouTube, I always used to just make beats like other people's stuff and go Chief Keef, Young Chop type beat, 808 Mafia type beat. Like I was doing all that shit, and that was like driving traction to my YouTube channel, and then I was monetizing my shit, so I was getting little $1,000 checks here and there too.
Little kickback.
Yeah.
Damn, he really approached this shit like a business.
No, I mean, it's smart. I mean, if you got to think about it, that's literally the only option. You got a passion for it. You're gonna figure a way out to make it work out.
Got to.
So for you, like one thing I kind of like, we were talking about this before. You know, Hit Boy spoke on producer tags recently, and you know, not really having them on some of his beats because it was, you know, not the popular thing, or you know, it's kind of frowned on at one point. So for you, when it comes to putting the tags on your beats, was that a thing that you knew automatically? I have to do this, and I don't give a fuck what nobody says. I'm gonna make it work out.
Yeah. So like the first beats, I'll even play them. Like the first beats I had this like robotic, like Fruity Loops like voice thing. It was like Murda Beatz. Like it was like the most robotic thing, but like I was doing that, so when I put my shit on YouTube, people couldn't steal it.
Right.
It was kind of just like to stamp it like that. Yeah. But then you know like I was always putting like the Murda on everything, on like the mixtapes and everything, because it's like I'm like people gotta know who I am, and it's like you don't see me, I'm behind the scenes, so I'm gonna make sure that if I'm on a mixtape, I'm gonna make sure that they're putting produced by Murda in the title. So when you go on live mixtape, you see my name and you're hearing my name every time, and I feel like gotta brand it. You gotta brand yourself, because like at the time it's like, how am I gonna make money if like no one knows who the fuck is making the beat?
But then you also said when we were talking about Victory, like you didn't want to put your tag on that beat. So have those opportunities passed you up sometimes where you're like, fuck, I didn't know this was gonna be one of those, or where you didn't put your tag on it? I can't think of any, but
I think that was like the only one.
Word.
Really?
Yeah, because I pretty much put my tag on like a lot of stuff, but I don't know. Was my tag on that song? Victory?
I don't think so.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah.
Now, also, this is funny to me. Producers who are DJs, right? My big homie told me years ago, he's like, bro, the best producers are DJs, versus where now like producers start DJing in the inverse, right? Have you always wanted to like perform and shit like that, or is that something you kind of picked up, or how did that?
I used to never want to do it. I always used to be like, man, I don't know if I want to do the DJ stuff. Like, I remember like way back in the day, Coach K was like, man, you should DJ, and I was like, nah, I don't want to DJ. Like, I want to be a producer. But then like I just feel like the brand just kept getting so big where it's like then we started getting offers. Like people wanted me to DJ, they want to see me. I have music that people want to see live. So it's like got to the point where we got like an offer like 4 or 5 years ago to like it was for me to DJ a New Year's party in Hawaii. And then my manager's like, man, it's like a free vacation. Like you might as well take it. I'm like, I might as well take it,
Let's
you know?
do it, yeah.
And then that kind of just got the ball rolling. And now I love DJing.
Word.
It's fun.
When did you
Welcome, my brother.
when did you go
Yeah.
from beat maker to producer in your mind?
Probably just like getting in the room with people. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is, I was talking about this like last week with somebody. It's like the beat maker producer, what makes you a producer is like everyone's gonna give you a different answer.
Facts.
Someone's gonna be like, oh, it's like this when you're working with this person, or it's this, or it's taking all these pieces and putting it together. But it's really, I don't know. I just feel like just working with an artist and just getting in there and like having a voice, you know what I'm saying? And like directing where the record goes and stuff. Like I feel like all of it's producing.
Yeah.
You know?
That's interesting. Because you're right, everybody is gonna have their own definition of what it is and how this works and shit like that. Now, what about you? Are there any producers? I mean, you don't have to say any names, but are there any people who you look at like, oh, he's a beat maker, not a producer? Are there? Because that way it would differentiate in your mind, right?
Maybe like the kids on the internet just behind like their profile pic or whatever, like that's not really out there, like selling just beats on the internet. Probably like a beat maker.
So you sending the emails out when you get in the room is when you start to produce the record.
Yeah.
But you don't know what they doing.
But like
with
even
those
like a
beats,
lot of
though.
my shit, like it's just like send the beats out. You know what I'm saying?
Send the packs.
Like I wouldn't like say like I'm a beat maker or like whatever you call it, but shit. If the shoe fits, man, whatever you want to say, man, we get into it.
We get into it. Now,
Could you put can you pinpoint like for you if you can like describe your sound in 3 words, right?
So my sound is like the ambience of Canada and Toronto and like the grittiness of like dirty South.
Love that.
I feel like that's my sound.
that's actually a
'Cause,
really
like-
good description.
Yeah.
That's
Good.
pretty good. You rehearsed that?
Yeah. I always say that.
Hey, when he said it, Corey was like,
yeah.
I was waiting for this question.
Whenever it's like
Yeah.
it's like whenever people say that, it's like I don't know. I just feel like that is it though, because it's
Yeah.
like Canada has like this ambience for like R&B music and the gloominess of like the weather and the snow and all this shit. But then like Atlanta's got that trap shit
Yeah.
and like the bounce and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So why not rely on your sound? And this is going back to the tag, right?
Mhm.
Why not rely on your sound to be the thing that speaks for you versus the tag itself to actually promote?
we could do that too. You know what I'm saying? I've used some of the hardest kicks. You know what I'm saying? That people are like, damn, I know that's Murda's kick. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. Still, it's just branding. Like I want people to know who I am
Smart.
and who's behind the beat. You know?
I feel that. Now, you said Toronto. What'd you say again? I'll
The
need to write that
ambience of
shit.
Toronto and the
yeah.
grittiness of the South, right?
That's
Yeah.
fire.
That's-
Because I'm a branding guy. That's fire.
Like, that's good.
The ambiance of Toronto. How did you do? Because I don't want to say just because the Canada connection, but when you first started linking with Drake, how did that happen? Was that like a cold call type of thing too? Or?
It was like a process. So like I was working with the Migos and stuff. I was trying to get to Drake, and I'm like, man, like I don't even think he knows who I am. Still, it's like damn, like I'm working with these guys in the South and stuff. Then I started working with Party Next Door, signed to Drake. We started doing stuff, and then I feel like a big one was Baca, his boy Baca. At the time, Baca wasn't even really rapping like that, but we took him to the studio and we started just making a lot of songs and stuff. And that's like when I got the tag, the Baca, the Murda on the Beat, so it's not nice. We had a song. He was like,
Shout out to Baca. He's been up here
shout out
with
to
us.
Baca. He was like Baca, aka Not Nice, Murda on the Beat, so it's not nice. And I feel like after we made that song, I saw Drake like a couple months ago. I was at South by Fader Fort or something, and he was like, "Yo, that song you got with Baca's hard." He's like, "Yo, any beats you send me, start putting that tag on it." I'm like, "All right, cool."
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I feel like that was like the big one.
So Drake is the reason you have that.
Baca, yeah.
No, I'm just saying he told you to put that shit on your shit.
Yeah, so
from that point forward, you started using the Baca tag. Right?
there was one other time. So like after I made the song with Baca, I was with Sonny Digital. I was with Sonny in Canada, and I was like, "Yo, like I was thinking about using it as a tag, and I was like to Sonny, I was like, because I know he had a couple tags at the time and stuff. I was like, yo, like, what do you think of this if I use it as a tag and I play him the song? He's like, no, you should definitely use that. So I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna start using that. And then around the same time, then the Drake told me too. So I was like, all right, man, throwing it on everything.
Throwing it on everything. Damn, that's fire.
We had Shorty up in here not too long ago. He talked the world of you, man. Just
That's my
really,
boy.
really bigged you up. Now,
Yeah.
do you prefer to go in and create whole bodies of projects with an artist?
It's fun, man.
Yeah.
That shit's fun.
Does that fulfill you more than the one-offs and the singles?
Yeah, no, for sure. You know what I'm saying? You get to know somebody, you know what I'm saying? You have fun, turn up, make the songs, and then I can kind of like get in there. When we're spending time with each other, I can kind of get somebody out their box or like, you know what I'm saying, out their comfort zone a little bit. And we just have fun with it, you know? That was a fun project. We made, you know what I'm saying? We made it like pretty quick, you know? Yeah.
I wanted to tell you that when I heard Nice for What for the first time, right? It was one of them things. It was like, it was kind of like me and my manager Salas, we was both like, what the fuck are we listening to right now? Like, it was just like, this shit is like incredible, right? And when you talk about say it again, the ambiance.
The ambiance of Toronto. The South.
The ambiance of what?
Toronto. He didn't want to say it. The grittiness of the South.
Okay. Well, he memorized your shit. But that's good branding.
It's amazing.
But yeah, that's what it was. And to me, it was like, it's like when you talk about out of the box shit, I like when you fuse like different sounds, soul samples or different things like that, but it's still like, it still got that layer to it. The what South?
That slap.
The grittiness.
The grittiness of the South. I like that shit. Now, is that intentional when you create certain type beats? Like, oh, I hear this person on this song. Like, oh, I know. Or when you make a record that's number one, do you know it's a number one when you make the beat by itself? Because I've heard beats that's like, oh, that's a hit. Whoever rap on it, it's a hit.
So like I was like with Drake, like that whole process, like we made that like together and stuff. Like my manager Corey, he actually picked the sample.
Get the fuck out of here.
Corey picked the sample and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a fun moment. But like, yeah, when we made the song, like we literally like, he's like, this is gonna be a big one. I'm like, number one. Like we're like, yeah, like it's like we knew it, you know.
As soon as you heard the beat, like when it's done,
like I did the beat. I made the beat in probably like 30 minutes. Like it didn't take that long. And then like when I was making the beat, he was writing, and then he recorded it, and then like he had like most of it done, and then we're like, yeah, this one's about to be big. Like I knew it.
That's fire, bro.
Knew it.
That's fire.
And just like the way that the beat came about is everything. Like it's just like, that's where it's like that energy of being in the room producing with somebody when you're there. It's like you can't get that feeling. I wouldn't have made that beat sitting at home. You know what I'm saying? It's like the whole experience and the energy of just like coming together and being creative like with a bunch of people. Like that's one thing. Like I always say like music's a collaborative sport. Just like you have a band, you have all these different people that, you know what I'm saying? Like you play bass, I play drums, he sings, he plays guitar. Like it's a collaborative sport. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a team, a basketball team or something. So like I never like I never knock people for collaborating. I collaborate on majority of my stuff. You know,
that's what's up.
Yeah.
Now, just because I'm just geeking out, and I know producers will probably just love this, and just people that are fans of music, like when you have that vibe in the studio, right, and it's that energy, right? What do you draw on? Like, are you paying attention to what this person is doing on the side? Like when you're talking about these feelings and the energy inside the room, can you kind of like walk us through like certain things that you're paying attention to? Like you say, yo, this is just different because of this. You know what I'm saying? Like there's I don't know, it could be the I don't know if it's smoke. I don't know what it is, but just maybe in the studio, what it is about that energy that you're like picking up off of.
I don't know. I feel like it's like adrenaline. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're playing basketball and you get the ball and it's like fourth quarter and like you know you could hit this shot, like you gonna be going, like your heart's gonna be pumping. It's like when I'm like in those, like that's like game time situations, like when you're in the studio making stuff on the spot, people are dependent on you to play your role and do what you do. That's why you here, you know what I'm saying? So but what pressure makes diamonds or burst pipes, man.
You're feeling something, right?
Yeah.
But the room ain't responding. But you feeling that shit.
How does that work? You going
I
crazy in your laptop?
I gotta fucking sell that shit. I was like, I don't know. Y'all don't feel this?
Has anybody stone-faced you before while you was making the beat? Like straight up just like didn't give you no good. Like you were going crazy in your laptop and they're just like, nah.
There's definitely probably been like a handful of times where people don't, like, obviously like not everyone's gonna fuck with the same shit. Yeah, not everyone's gonna fuck with the same shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? If I'm making a beat, you was like, I'm like, all right, cool, shit, I'm gonna send it this way. Then.
Right.
And then it's gonna be a hit over here, and you're gonna be like, wait, I actually fucked with that beat. It's like,
I kind of want to know that as well, man.
Beats have got passed on.
I want to know them stories, bro.
Numerous times, man.
I want to know who.
Big artists passing on the motorsport beat.
Really?
Then the motorsport shit come about. You see all these people on it. It's like, yeah, like it happens. You know what I'm saying? There's been a bunch of times too when I've just had like a bunch of people record on one beat, and
that gets messy though.
A little bit.
That seems like a crazy phone call that has to happen.
Well, I don't think it has to be that difficult.
Nah,
right? I mean, listen,
nigga.
well,
Nope.
I'm gonna throw it back to Hit Boy only because of the conversation, right? I heard him recently mention that he said, "Look, whoever pays for the beat, that's who the beat belongs to."
Man, shout out to Hit Boy, man.
Is it that simple or is it not that simple?
Pretty much, like whenever you pay for it, then the business and the contracts get wrote up, and then the song's released, right?
Yeah.
Now
we got to start doing like auctions for beats.
Has there ever been a
that'd be fire? Like an auction, imagine that.
There are beat auctions.
That'd be crazy.
That's a real thing.
I want to do it.
You want to do it?
Connect me with the people, man.
I got you. I got you. Has it ever happened where you thought a song was gonna come out on this artist's album and it came out on this album because they both had the beat simultaneously?
Man, there's been so much shit like that.
Corey's shaking his head, ladies and gentlemen.
Like, what? Give me an example of a song. You don't have to tell me the other artist, but
Corey's
what song?
nodding his head, ladies and gentlemen.
What song was it?
Man, there's been times where like I've had like a song with an artist and then I hear that like they're not using the beat, so I give the beat to this person, and then it comes out on their album, and then the day it comes out, they're like, "Wait, I was gonna use that beat on my album." And I was like,
my song.
I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck. Like your engineer just told me you weren't using it. He's like, but we still using it, so then I got to go in there and remake the beat a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Get 2 placements out of one beat,
Why
man.
not, man? 2 for 1. So I want to know, and
hustling.
you don't have to get into the specifics of it, but I do want to know, was there a phone call, right? You said somebody passed on a motorsport beat. Was that call, did you get somebody that called you back and said, like, any kind of conversation after the fact, like, damn, I shouldn't have passed on it, or hey, yo, can we still work something out? Or is it, at that point, it's a wrap?
No, at that point, it's kind of like, you know, it is what it is, damn, you know?
But then do they hit you and say, man, I fucked up?
Not really.
Okay.
No, you know,
Because they know they fucked up.
Yeah, right.
That's it.
What about your relationship with Gucci?
Gucci, man.
I feel like bro, no bullshit. I had Gucci here, and I was asking him, does he know that most roads in hip hop damn near lead to him?
No,
yeah, in a crazy way, right?
Yeah.
Do you agree or disagree?
No, 100%. Like I'm a big Gucci fan. You know what I'm saying? I remember like I was always like, man, I want to work with Gucci, and then he got locked up. I was like, I had like an acapella and shit. I wanted to put out the song, but I was like, nah, I'm just gonna wait. When he gets out, I'm gonna meet him at the right time. And like the first record we ever did was Back on Road with Drake.
Wow.
Drake called me to his house. He's like, I gotta play you something. He played me No Shopping with French before it came out, and he played me Back on Road. And like they were like, yeah, Gucci's gonna get out and drop this or whatever. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. And then after that, me and Gucci connected, and we made like a bunch of songs and stuff. But yeah, man, like I used to have like the Hood Classics DVD. I used to play the DVD in my car and shit. Like Gucci's a legend. I remember one day I was with him. I was like, man, the Migos ad-libs are so hard. He's like, man, I taught them how to do that. It was funny, man.
Real shit.
Nah, but shout out to Gucci, man. He's the trap legend, man. He's a GOAT. You know what I'm saying? He's innovating. You know what I'm saying? He's dropping books. Like he's making book money.
No, you said you had a song before he went in. That was
his first one out.
Got you.
The Back on Road.
Got you.
With Drake.
So moving forward, man, what are the things that you're looking to do? You got this deal right now. What are the things that we're looking forward this year? What's fulfilling you as a producer, as an artist, and what are you looking to kind of set your aim at this year?
Just like drop more records, you know what I'm saying? Just keep having fun with it, you know. Like I feel like this Blast Wale record that I just dropped one shot is like it's like an amazing, feel good, like all white day party, champagne kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? My next one, I probably want to just drop a little street song or like maybe some upcoming rappers I fuck with and stuff. I just want to keep it going.
How'd you end up linking with Blast?
So it's funny. So like I was actually in Miami working with Rick Ross. So like we were down there at Circle House working on his shit, and someone was like, "Have you met Blast before?" I was like, "Nah." He's like, "Yeah, he's here." I'm like, "Tell him to come in the room." So he came in the room, and I was like, and like we were like talking a little bit, and I was like, "Man, like let's try something." He's like, "Yeah, pull something up." So I pulled up a beat I made I made a beat like the week before at my house, but I pulled it up in the session. I got like Turbo and OG Parker to like add to it and stuff. and then we pulled it up, and then he did the hook. And I was like, man, this shit fire. Like, I'm like, yo, this shit fire. And I was like, wait 1 second. I knew Wale was there too, so I went and grabbed Wale. I'm like, yo, come in here, do a verse, man. Come on. I was like pushing his buttons, like, man, come on, man, get on this record, man. He's like, oh fuck, all right. Came over there, wrote the record. We did it right there, banged it out. And then when we finished the record, I was like, man, I'm taking this one. This I looked at both of them, I'm like, man, this is my shit.
This my shit.
I'm taking this one. Shit, you know?
That's what's up. I like the video too.
I appreciate it.
It was a dope concept. Are you a part of, like, as much hands-on as you are you hands-on in that stuff too? The treatments of the videos?
Some stuff, you know. I feel like someone's idea. I think it was like my team's idea, Corey or somebody that got that idea about the female basketball and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like one shot. It's like it's all to do with basketball. You know what I'm saying? So I be seeing like a lot of like the basketball blogs and Instagrams and stuff. They're like posting the song behind like montage clips and stuff, so it's cool.
And shouts out to the LA team. They actually won in the video.
In the video.
That made me feel good. I was
yeah, we out here.
I was
you know
hoping,
what I'm saying?
like, all right, man, Murda can't come up in here.
Now,
and LA lose.
What you call it? I was having an argument with one of my homies and about rap songs, right? And he's kind of like he was like the one white guy, and he's always in the mix with all of the dudes, all of the black people, right? And it's always funny to watch him rap songs because he mutes himself when the N-word comes.
Man,
do you find yourself doing that
all
or
the
like
time?
So you'll be like, yeah,
man. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if I'm around a white person and they say that word, it's like it's like just like it's cringe. It's like it's not right. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I feel that. It's always funny to watch the white homie do it because
and that's why even my mom was like, why they gotta swear so much? I can't even sing the song. Like,
hey, Senator Ariana, hey, this one for you.
You, Mom.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you could listen to that Chloe shit. This is for you.
I remember like the Migos would be like, man, you get the pass. It's like, nah, man.
Nah, we ain't doing that. You ain't getting me like that.
We ain't doing that.
They gonna have me on the internet killing me.
We ain't doing that.
I don't want that pass at all.
Now look, we're gonna let you go in a second. So we do this thing called the Homegrown Head Scratcher. Okay, we have our listeners call the radio station and they guess whether you got the answers to these questions right or wrong, right? These are 6th grade elementary school test questions. I'm going to ask you 3 of them.
All right.
Okay, and just no matter, you have to guess. Even if you don't know the answer, you still have to guess, so that way they call and they win prizes whether you got it or not.
All right, cool.
Cool? All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
What are the 3 primary colors?
Red, blue, and green.
Good job.
He's a producer. He be seeing colors when he make beats and shit. Do
you see colors and shit?
I mean, I see a lot of shit.
Yeah, he be smoking. All right. Anyway,
I see a lot of shit.
All right, here we go. Which is the loudest animal on Earth?
The loudest animal on Earth is definitely an elephant.
No.
Hey, you said it with confidence too.
No.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, man.
Yes, it is. I know. Bro, we have Burner Boy over here, and I told him, I literally gave him an answer. He's like, no, that's not fucking right. I'm like, bro, it's my ass.
What is it?
It's the sperm whale.
What?
Oh, because it's underwater.
You know it?
The whales are kind of loud.
Underwater.
Corey knew it. All right.
I don't know, though. Elephants are pretty loud, man.
They are.
But
especially when
we should go to the zoo, man.
Elephants are loud when they fucking.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sperm whale 40 miles away?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, all right, last one. You ready?
I'm 2 for 2 right now.
No, you're not.
Yo,
No, you're not. You're definitely not. All right, which is taller? The Statue of Liberty or the Eiffel Tower?
Eiffel Tower.
Correct.
That's
All right, cool.
Yeah, okay.
Of course, like, we good.
Now,
2 out of 3, we good.
You mentioned off camera that you've been out here for a couple of years now, being in LA, right? So do you got we do the homegrown the hot spots, man. Any hot spots here in LA that you want to put people on, food spots that you frequent that you like, yo, this is fire. If you come to LA, you have to go here.
If you come to LA, food spots, I'd say like I like this place called Stevie's in Midtown.
Stevie's
it's like Creole soul food. I feel like that's a hidden one. You know what I'm saying?
That's your favorite food?
I love soul food. I love Jamaican food. I love sushi. Sushi's my favorite. I got this hole in the wall spot. Sushi.
Look, he looked at the homie.
Don't tell.
Yeah, I got. I got a couple
Yo,
sushi
that's
spots and stuff,
crazy.
and I got a couple of sushi spots in the valley and stuff. I feel like if you pull up to, man, you got to go to Nobu, Malibu, you know, experience the ocean. I feel like that's just like a good vibe spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Toka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, dumbest thing you spent money on? Well, that meant you or someone else felt and on your team felt like it was a dumb purchase.
If you don't answer, Corey will.
Facts.
I'll say this: when I bought this watch for $150,000, and everyone was pretty much saying it was pretty dumb. You know what I'm saying? But now, 3 years later, the watch is worth $330,000.
Is that right?
So it's an investment piece.
Let me have it.
You didn't get. You didn't get no DM for somebody saying, "Oh, it's not the right one. It's a fake piece or anything."
Right,
like that.
right.
Yeah. So I don't know. Definitely like a car. Maybe that car. Bought like a Lamborghini a couple years ago. I was like, yeah.
Also, I mean, well, the car's appreciating asset, but I do want to salute you for being in on the NFTs, getting in the crypto space.
Hell yeah, man.
I just got my onboarding a couple, like, not too long ago.
Okay.
I'm DJhead.eth.
Okay.
You know what I'm
lit.
saying? I'm all in, bro. I'm crypto
Man,
punked out.
This is the
Now-
really.
Bro, listen.
Let's go.
Listen,
I like
bro,
that.
I'm all in, bro.
Man, this is the future of everything, man.
Speak on
Everything
it,
is
man.
gonna be on the blockchain.
Facts.
Like that's it. That's
I
the
own my
only.
name.
That's the only type of chain that anyone needs now is the blockchain.
The blockchain.
The
Are you
blockchain.
now? Were you on it immediately or were?
Nah, so my one boy, he was in crypto since like 2015 or something. He's been telling me to get into it, buy Bitcoin and stuff for years. I got in about a little over a year ago when Bitcoin was just under 10,000, and like I just saw the shit just kept going up and stuff, so I just kept buying more. So I'm heavy on Ethereum and Bitcoin. Like, you know, there's always the other coins and stuff, but those are the two. And then I love the NFT stuff. I just bought like 2 apes last week. I just bought like a bunch of stuff. It's just fun, man.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Once I understood it way more. Once the homie it was like we were literally on Zoom for about, if I'm not exaggerating, 4.5 hours. We were just going over every little thing, and he was telling me about it and walking me through it. I had to go buy all my shit. I got my MetaMask. I got everything going now.
Yeah, hell
so
yeah.
I'm good.
I feel like the best way to explain it to everybody is like, so NFTs is like digital art. So like if you got art, right? Let's say y'all got art up here at the radio station. The only people that are really gonna see the art is people that watch the videos, obviously. But like people that when they come in here, they're gonna see oh wow, that's a sick piece of art. You know what I'm saying? So if you got art in your house, not a lot of people coming in your home, they're not gonna see the art. Then you spending millions of dollars on 100,000, whatever, 20K, 5K, whatever on. But like with the digital art, it's like you can get the art and then people are putting his profile pictures and using it on the internet. So millions of people are seeing your art. Instead of just like a couple people in your house seeing your art, you got millions of people on the internet seeing your art. You know
I saw
what I'm
you
saying?
did a drop too.
Yeah.
It was a drop? It was like,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Yeah, I did a drop. So like we have this like little baby Murda toy and stuff. So we did like the NFT version. We dropped it on crypto.com.
Yeah.
And then it did very well. Appreciate everybody. And then we're gonna do like an airdrop for everyone that bought one. So stay tuned.
Oh shit.
Yeah. We got some
Yeah,
shit
you got to
going
put
on.
him on. That's my analog friend right there.
I'm trying to learn.
Man.
I get the bare basics of it. I'm still kind of like, I know I need to get into it.
Yeah.
I just don't. I have no, like when he said the ETH, I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Ethereum. I got some Ethereum.
I be putting like all the producers on and shit. Like even like Section 8, Lil Baby's producer. He called me. He's like, man, I'm finally ready. I want to get some. And I'm like, man, just like, just send me 1,000. I'll send you $1,000. Like, just get people in the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like once you see it and you got it on your phone and you got it, and then you see it going up and down or whatever it's doing, it's like you're in the game. You start learning. You know what I mean?
Would you accept that now as a form of payment?
Yeah, I actually did. I did like a week or two ago. I got a lot of ETH for a beat.
Wow.
Yeah. It was cool, man. It's just times are changing. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
what's up, bro.
Times are changing.
Salute to you.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
That's
Appreciate
amazing
it, man.
that you know
Hell
what I mean.
yeah. Do you get mistaken for other people?
Yeah.
Who?
Sometimes I be getting the Jack Harlow.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah, that's the low hanging fruit.
Yeah, that's it though.
Oh, that's it. Okay,
Yeah, I
for
don't know.
Why?
Who do you think I would get mistaken for?
sure. I don't know. You look like what's the guy that played
Exactly. I think
David Spade?
Nah, I'm a David Spade fan. The Luke Skywalker guy. The new
Oh,
Mark.
yo, I was Luke Skywalker for Halloween.
What's his name? Mark. I forgot his name.
I was Luke Skywalker for Halloween.
It's more the hair.
That shit was
It is the
funny,
hair.
man.
It's the hair.
Mark Hamill. Thank you, bro. No, that's what I'm talking. Yeah, Mark Hamill. That's why I see.
Yeah, that's funny. I was actually Luke Skywalker. I had the sword and shit. That was cool.
All right, so we like to end on this note, man. You kind of spoke on it, but you can get a little more direct now. The year can't end, all right, without Murda Beatz doing what? What are some goals that you got? And it could be music related. Doesn't have to be music related, but just things that you have on your
Getting heavier into real estate.
Really?
Yeah, like I love investing, man. It's just fun. Like that's why I love the crypto stuff and all that stuff as well. It's just like I don't know, that shit excites me. You know what I mean?
You got your real estate license?
No.
Is that something you're trying to get?
Or I don't know.
Not that.
To be out slanging homes?
Nah, probably not. Maybe, I don't know shit.
Who knows? In a couple months, we might see some other shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Just like be on the lookout. You know what I'm saying? Definitely gonna keep dropping a lot of music.
Nice.
Having fun with it. You know what I'm saying?
And One Shot, is that a collection? Are you dropping like when is that coming?
So One Shot's out.
No.
One Shot is
I'm
out,
talking
but
about
is it
there
on
a body of work?
There might be a body of work to look forward to this year. You know what I'm saying? I definitely need to drop something. The only thing I ever dropped was a mixtape in like 2016, 2017 called Keep God First. And like people loved that one. So it's like I haven't dropped anything since. So, and I'm sitting on a lot of music.
So did you gangster the music like you did the One Shot record, or did people like, okay, that's you, this is me, you kind of divide them up? Or
I just got a lot of stuff, man. So we just gonna have to figure out what it's gonna sound like and put it out.
In your mind, are you thinking of possibly doing a part 2, or is that just I don't even want to go that route?
I definitely want to do a part 2.
Okay.
So that's kind of like the debate. It's like, do I do a different name, or do I do Keep God First 2, or do I, you know what I'm saying? Because like I love that mixtape feel of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then because it's like nowadays it's all about numbers and this and that and debuting, and it's like it takes away and it makes people not even want to drop. Like a lot of people, like, you know what I'm saying, they'd be overthinking their drops and stuff. That mixtape time was just like people were just releasing crazy
and
music.
You said your birthday is next month.
Yeah, February 11th.
So Keep God First too, February 11th.
Dropping in the metaverse.
Probably not.
Okay. Metaverse.
But what?
In the metaverse?
Metaverse?
I don't know. See, I'm trying
metaverse,
to act like I know.
Man, we in there.
So you gonna drop the album?
You
gonna drop Keep God First too, February 11th in the metaverse.
Shit, yeah. But yo, February 11th on my birthday, I'm gonna be DJing at Hakkasan in Vegas, man. So you know what I'm saying? Anybody, if you pulling up, man, it's about to be a movie.
Okay.
About to be a movie. Might preview some songs off the album.
Damn, see?
Got some shit.
Murda Beatz, man. Thank you so much for pulling on up. Congratulations on everything. Look forward to seeing what transpires in this next year.
Appreciate y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Every single we gonna pull up and we gonna chop it up.
Let's make it happen, man. Homegrown Radio, Chuck Dizzle, DJ Head, Murda Beatz. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.